get started, SAP BusinessObjects Mobile is a single application, mobilizing the complete BI suite. Whether you're using reporting tools like Web Intelligence Crystal Reports or dashboard and applications like Design Studio and Excel dashboards, or self-service tools like Lumira or Explorer, is the single mobile application mobilizing the complete BI suite. So using Mobi, you can access any of these contents on your mobile device. And since it's the one application for all the different content types, we've harmonized certain actions at the container level. Whether you're looking at the dashboard or crystal reports, you would have the common container level actions the same across the content type. Today we have Mobi, which is supported on both iOS and Android. On iPad, we support most of the content: Web Intelligence, Crystal Reports, Dashboards, Design Studio, Explorer, and Lumira for BI platform. So Lumira for BI platform is the latest to the family of BI content supported. iPhone, currently we support Web Intelligence, Crystal Reports only PDF, Design Studio, and Explorer. We don't support Lumira as yet. Have that planned this year. Dashboard we haven't planned. We're not planning to support on iPhone. Lumira is not yet supported. Again, that's something that's planned as part of this year. Android phones today only Design Studio, Webby are supported. We are looking at Android phones as well when we do the Android tablets for Lumira. So this is the current state of the various content types on the different OS platforms. We do have a mobile SDK as well, which is primarily used to customize the application further. Now, if you would like to rebrand the mobile application for your needs, you could use the Mobi SDK to do that. There are also options to have users onboard easily with predefined connections. For that also, you can use the mobile SDK. There are certain features that you can enable and disable using the Mobi SDK. It gives you option to integrate with other third-party security tools. Now, many organizations today use further enhance the security of the mobile applications. So we do support those options through the Mobi SDK. And once you customize the application, you can roll it out. So you can roll it out either through the Enterprise App Store or through Apple App Store. Okay. So BusinessObjects Mobile is one intelligent app for everyone, and it helps you to improve your time to decision because you have your analytics on the mobile device. Mobi also helps to extend the reach of business intelligence throughout the organization because now everybody has a mobile device and you can access that at your fingertips. The other main important value proposition is to be able to leverage your existing investment in business objects. Right? So whether you've created web reports or Lumira stories, you can access them on your mobile device without really recreating those documents. And it's simple, secure, and has an engaging user experience. So we do have a native app and SDK for both iOS and Android. Windows, we don't plan to come up with a native app in the short run. Today, the Windows support is managed through the browsers. For example, if you would like to access Lumira or Design Studio, you would have to, on a Windows Touch tablet or a Surface tablet, you would use the supported browser and IE to access those content on your Windows devices, right? Whereas we don't have a native mobile app for Windows, and we don't intend to have one at least this year. To give a brief overview of the architecture and the deployment scenarios, so Mobile BI is included as part of the BI platform, right? So when you're deploying your BOE, you can, there is an option in the feature to deploy the mobile server as well. Right? That is the Mobile BI service, which is basically a web app server. And then you have the Mobile BI client, which you can download from the App Store. Okay. Optionally, you could have SAP Mobile Platform, which is the on-premise version, and you could also have reverse proxy. With 6. version of the application, we've started supporting Apple push notification capability as well. So if you are on BI platform BI 4.2 and onwards, and with mobile 6.4 onwards, you could opt for push notification for any document updates, etc. Is truly an enterprise-grade application with consumer-grade user experience. Why? Because if you look at the various deployment options, we do support reverse proxy, SiteMinder, certificate-based authentication, basic authentication. There are various SSO scenarios possible today with Mobi. For example, LDAP, AD Kerberos price. There is also MDM configuration supports, like you can push certain connections through your various MDM tools like AirWatch, Mobile Iron, etc. Right? Enhanced security. Today, many organizations do not still considering not to adopt mobile devices for accessing their analytics or critical information and data because of security reasons. So we've given a lot of focus on enhancing or providing a lot more secure option to access your data on the mobile device. As an admin, you can completely disable data storage if you like, or you can set as confidential category certain documents and you will not be able to download those. You can disable saving password of the server in Mobi. You can set time to live on the device. For example, a Webby document you would like after 5 days to get expired and not be accessible. That can be done, right? We've also got an additional password for the application, which you can enable either through Touch ID or through the application password. And this is in addition to the device password. We do support third-party wrapping solutions like Mokana and CitrixZen, both for Android and iOS. So it's a simple to deploy mobile solution. And BI 4.2 onwards, Mobile BI also has the push notification capabilities. That means if your admin is broadcasting certain messages or has document update and document instance or BI inbox document related updates, you would get those updates on your mobile device without having an application running, right? And as I mentioned, we do support from iOS 8 and onwards, we do support the various MDM tools to push predefined connections or any other parameters, right? And now let's quickly look at what enhancements or new features we introduced in the latest release that are available in the App Store. With the 6.4 and 6.5, now you can access your Lumira content from Lumira Server for BI platform. So basically, you would create a story in Lumira Desktop, publish that to your Lumira Server for BI platform. Once you do that, you can access by connecting to the BI platform through Mobi, right? And you would have engaging native iOS experience for Lumira. You would be also able to do offline for Lumira content. Now, this support is available only on tablets, that is iPads, and get the offline capability, you need to be using SAP Lumira Server 3.1 patch 3 onwards, and we support iPad 3 and above with minimum 1 GB RAM. iOS 8, 9, and 10 are supported. Now, if you do not want to use Lumira as a content, you can still use an older version of the app or even the latest version of the app, and you don't need to have the Lumira Server BI add-on, right? And you can access your other content, like I mentioned, Design Studio or Webby, right? It depends on what add-on you have and what server you're connecting to. So in 6.5, our main theme was adding more native visualization on the mobile for Lumira. So we added stack bar and column, dual axis combined chart, line chart with 2 y-axis, column chart with 2 y-axis, and area chart. So 6.4, which was released like 8 to 9 months back, we had already provided bar, column, pie, cross tab, numeric point, and double and line chart, which are more commonly used visualizations. With 6.5, which got released in December last year, we added more visualizations to the native support. We also added, when you're downloading a Lumira story, you can download multiple Lumira story, and it would do that in the background, right? We've also added search and formula support, like you've added a subset of formulas we've that. We're also supporting accessing. In the beginning of the call, I spoke about what you would do with the MoBI SDK. So in the latest release, we have extended that to access Lumira content as well. And for Webby GeoMap, if you've created, so we had, through MoBI, we had GeoMap earlier. However, after Webby introduced GeoMap, we have added that support. So you can access the GeoMap that you've created with BI 4.2, and we do support the latest iOS version. Okay, so these are some of the new abilities that were added in 6.5. I've taken a few screenshots of those visualizations. I will try to show that as part of a demo as well. We had already got few visualizations added in the previous release, and with every release, we continue to enhance our native support for Lumira and provide offline capabilities. So basically, all the actions, interactions that you can do in the online, you can do offline as well. Right. So these are some of the visualizations. We also started supporting the reference lines. If you've added any reference line on your mobile device. So there are a few constraints because not everything that is there as part of Lumira Desktop is available natively on your mobile device through the mobile display. Key visualizations that are not yet supported. We recommend that you use the view to HTML. That's an option to do that in the MoBI server, right? But if offline is key, then we recommend you to use the native view, which is the default view that is shipped for Lumira. Okay. Now, HTML view is also recommended for Lumira documents created online as a data source. We don't support portrait mode as yet. And there are a few other limitations like animations and shapes that you have used in Bubble and Trellis charts are not yet supported. These are some of the things that would come in future. In terms of offline, in addition to these limitations, we have some limitations like if you have set to refresh and open, it needs a server connection to be able to refresh it prior to opening it. So such documents are not supported in offline because it would require a server connection. And we don't support some features like blending, ranking, and in prediction, etc. Right? So wherever some of these contents are used, we do display an error message saying content not supported. And we continue to enhance that and provide more and more capability for users to do more things completely offline. Okay. If you would like to refresh, you can do an auto update of the document, manual refreshes, not switch gears, get the demo of the product. So I'm going to just quickly switch to my iPad and I will open the mobile BI application. As I mentioned in the beginning of the call, it's a single application to access all your content types, right? Whether you're using dashboards, Lumira, crystal reports, web intelligence, design studio. It's a single application where you can access them. Now, these are some of the samples that we have bundled with the product. When you download the application, you can access them and learn more about the features that are supported. Okay, so for example, let's say I just open a dashboard sample on the mobile device. I can interact by quickly tapping on specific values. I can look at the various tabs that are created. Now, this is a dashboard that is created using Excel sheet dashboard and published to mobile. Okay, and now let's go back and open, let's say, one of the crystal reports sample, which is now this one, since offline, it's through the PDF, right? Now let's look at a web intelligence document. So you see that container level features like the home button and the various refresh and more options like annotations, etc. are common over the content types. Okay, now this is a web intelligence report. I can just double tap on a specific, it opens up for me. So, intelligence document. Let's say I can interact with the pie chart. Okay, I can now this is the web report. I can manually refresh it. If I want to share it with my colleague, I can do an annotation. Okay, and send a text or a voice note. Okay. This is once it's done, you can either email it or you could also do a jam. Right? Let's kind of go back. Now, this is, so we've added few microcharts. For example, you can see on the cross tab here, I have the green and red indications, right, depending on the value. So let's now look at another web intelligence report. Okay, I'm just showing you the various content types and how they are being accessed from the same mobile application. If you have various sections, you can interact with that. Okay. Now let's look at one of the Lumira stories that you've created using the Lumira desktop and you published to the platform using the add-on. Right. So this is an infographic style story that you've created in Lumira. The main difference of access between Lumira and Webby is the fact that we do not change the layout for Lumira. The way you've created the layout remains the same, whereas Webby, we have different layout mechanisms. We kind of do an auto layout versus more or less matching with the desktop, but Lumira is, the layout is not changed at all. It's after talking to a lot of customers that when they create a story, they would not like to change the layout. They would like to see the same layout on a mobile device. However, in terms of interaction, you see that, you know, I can natively interact with the for example, on the right-hand side, I have this range selector to focus on specific part of the visualization. I can tap on a value to see the data list. Right? I can just do a long press and move my finger to go over all the data points that is there. Okay. If I go back and do multiple pages, I can either tap at the bottom on the page scrubber. So wherever, for example, like in Nokia, okay, and sample. Go back to the demo. So I was showing the Lumira sample. Okay. So you can change the list view to, like in this case, I'm on the list view now. For the first time, if you launch an application, we have something called this interaction guide, which tells you the various native interactions that we're using. You can access that afterwards as well, right? So if you have a lot of pages in your story, you can tap on the top stack, which shows you the various pages, and you can quickly focus on a specific one. Let's say I have this area chart, and I can double tap. I can interact by just moving my finger. If I have a drill option enabled, in this case you see this arrow on the data level, you can tap on it and it drills you further into the various quarterly data. So it depends on the data that you have. A lot of these actions that you would do with multiple clicks, we have kind of converted that into native gestures. Okay, so let's look at this visualization where I would like to sort on, let's say, sales revenue. I can tap on it, I can move my finger on the axis, and you can see the values getting sorted. Okay, now let's say you would like to apply a filter. So we have consolidated all the legends in one place on the left-hand side. So irrespective of the chart type, you would see the legend. You can interact on the legend by just tapping on it, and it highlights the value. Okay. If you would like to apply filter, you can tap on the filter icon. You can focus on, let's say, I have in this case USA. I can just remove that. Then the data gets applied. Okay. Now let's go back and open another visualization. For example, I have this margin and discount for the various product line, and I want to focus on, let's say, specific product line. I can just tap on the value and immediately see the visualizations getting reflected. You can also apply filters visualization by exclude operation. Okay, you can just do a long press and just remove that data point, and the visualization gets reflected. What it essentially does is it just applies a filter with an exclude operation, right? So I can show you quickly in the product line. I removed sweatshirt, so it's now showing as deselected. Okay, so these are some of the gestures. Sort, you can filter, you can, and all of these is supported pure offline. Without having network connection, you can download the complete Lumira story and you can do these actions. Right? If you have a lot of visualization, you can quickly go through the stack view. Okay, it shows you the stack view. Like I showed it for Webby, you can do that for Lumira as well. So irrespective of the content type, you have the same level features, right? You can do refresh, you can have refresh and open, right? So let's now go back the home screen and show you hello, can you hear me? Whereas for discovery, we support offline access on the mobile device, so we will put that coming. Now, there are also a few more differences in terms of how you would access discovery versus designer. So for discovery, we have the native support, which means you can access visualizations and interact with them natively, whereas designers run through the HTML browser control, so you don't really get that native experience. However, you can access the way you can access Design Studio 1.6 version. You could do that for Designer 2.0 as well. Okay. Some of the other enhancements that are planned as part of 6.6 is AirWatch SDK support and good containerization method. Now, a lot of customers in the financial sector want to use good to enhance the mobile application security levels. We're planning to provide that support as part of 6.6 release. It will be the first release where we'll be supporting good. We are going to support only authentication types, and we are working with some of our customers to do a pre-validation of the beta build with this support. So if somebody is interested, you can reach out to me, and if you would like to try either the mobile 6.6 preview build or good or AirWatch support, we can provide a beta build. So mobile CUV planned to start May 2nd week for the release, which is in July. Rollout scope of the CUV, and however, you're interested to be part of the CUV, which is primarily focused on Lumira 2.0 support and how you would access your designer and discovery documents on the mobile device. Happy to enroll you on that. We are working on this right now, and currently it's planned second week. That means you need to have Lumira participation as well. Okay. This is what I was referring to when I talked about the support with Mobile 6.6. Peter, can you see? Okay. So if you're looking for seamless offline access, we recommend you to use Discovery with offline data source. Whereas if you're using Designer application, you can access them on iPad and iPhone and Android as well. We are planning to release the iPhone support for Discovery before Q4 this year, and also we are looking at supporting Discovery on Android devices in our upcoming 6.7 release. Now, both 6.6 and 6.7 are planned this year. 6.6 is planned to be available in July timeframe, whereas 6.7 is the Q4 timeframe. You have created documents which is, let's say, mixed Discovery and Designer, which is called the extended Discovery documents. They would be access them like you're accessing Design Studio applications. That means you will not have the native and offline support, but you would be able to access it through the Mobi app through an HTML view, so which means that you may not have the great experience. So I would recommend, before using Mobile with Lumira 2.0, you need to know what is your use case, right? Whether offline is important, offline access of the story on the mobile device is important, and native experience is important. Then you would use Discovery content, the offline data source. Whereas if your use case is to be able to access the content as is on all the devices, on all platforms, then I would recommend you to use Designer applications. Okay, and I do have a SAP note created for Windows support, which talks about some of the browser level supports that we provide. Now, apart from the 6.6 and 6.7, which is planned in 2017, we are also working on a lot of other capabilities. For example, providing exploration capabilities for Lumira on the mobile device. So today, if you see, the mobile access is pure consumption, right? You create a story, you publish it to the platform, you can access it on the mobile device. However, you're not creating content, or you're not doing true exploration. You of course applying filters, sorting, and drilling, but you're not really changing the visualization type. You're not changing the visualization by adding dimensions. So we are planning to do those type of capabilities in our upcoming release. We'll continue to enhance our native support. That means we'll add more visualizations, native support. You can access them offline. Looking at supporting Designer, basically Design Studio or Designer offline access, and to support HTML chart extensions that you've created. We are looking at also providing advanced option of embedding Mobi SDK through other applications that you might have. The key things that we are working right now is being able to push data alerts. Today, what you can push is document updates and admin messages, where we are looking at taking it to the next level, where you can access the data alerts itself on your mobile device without having the application running. So that's something that is being planned in future. We will continue to enhance our experience and also provide design time simplification. And we're still debating whether, authoring is something that one would be doing on a mobile device. At the same time, we are working on proof of concepts for integrating voice-based commands to access content, and so that it's easier to interact with your BI content on the mobile device. Now, this is pretty much what I wanted to share as part of the Mobile BusinessObjects Mobile roadmap. I'm sure you might have a lot of questions on how it relates to Rombi after the acquisition. So I can cloud customers, whereas BusinessObjects Mobile is for our on-prem BI platform customers. Now, Mobi is the default mobile application as part of BI platform. Any content that is created using the BI platform is being accessed using Mobi, whereas Rombi is more of data source agnostic, and it is meant for customers adopting cloud. Rombi is pure offline, whereas Mobi you have both online and offline access through the application, mobile applications. So these, and of course for Mobi you don't need an additional license. It's part of your BI suite license, whereas for Rombi you would need an additional cloud subscription-based license. This is the major difference between Rombi and Mobi.
Again, everybody, thank you for joining our webinar, and I hope to see you again very soon.